Good afternoon. This is your author Mark inviting you for another interesting YouTube discussion. Now, for a couple months now, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and the YouTube video I want to discuss with you guys today, and I'm going to give you my examples of this because there are some similarities between my education journey and the Chinese kids' education journey. Obviously, I'm not Chinese, but I had the similar experiences and similar academic pressures of it. Now, and what I'm actually talking about is I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about the Chinese Gaokao exam. That means that's the college entrance exam in China. However, I had a similar journey to this, except I went through a total different path, and that is because, you know, I did experience the same academic pressure, in my opinion, um, because because of my disability and etc. Because the way I was taught is that and it was my parents' pressure and all that is I was taught the same way that if because of my disability, if I don't have a college degree, then I will not be able to get a job, which over time I have learned, and I am so thankful to a friend of mine that he well, I'm going to say that he actually how can I put this? He actually saved me from this academic pressure, and he basically taught me how to actually function in our society. Now, does the China, I was watching their videos and I saw how those Chinese kids prepare for their college entrance exam. Um, and to be honest with you, I did, I prepared similarly. I did the similar things while preparing for my CLAP exams in college. The CLAP exam stands for College Level Examination Program, and I prepared similar way as they did for my college level examination program. What that does in college, it allows you. First of all, it saves you a lot of money, and it saves you a lot of time. That if you pass these exams, then what it saves you from is you don't have to take English, the math, and the peripheral subjects. Now, like I said, does that does the Chinese study method actually works with CLAP exams? Yes, it does. But what I can tell you right now, it actually one way it does help you go. It will get you through the CLAP exams, and it will save you a lot of grief down the road in college, so you don't have to take the peripheral subjects and all that. But however, it does. I'm going to tell you, it does take a lot of it. It does put on. Let me put it this way: it does put on a lot of academic pressure on you. It did put a lot of pressure on me because all that is all those preparations for the CLAP exams and all that, the college level examination program, the tests and all that. It actually, what I can tell you is like, yeah, it what you because what and the pressure is, basically you are memorizing the what do you call, the questions and the answers and questions and the answers, so that you can prepare for that test. But at the end of the day, it does kind of wreck you. The pressure kind of wrecks you, because that then sure you can memorize the answers to the clap questions, but at the end of the day, it you basically get wrecked, is because you at the end of the day you cannot think outside the box. And whether you take the college level examination program, or even in China the kids take the Gaokao exam, which is the college level examination program. Whether you take the American CLAP exam, or the SAT in America, or the college level exams in China, like the Gaokao. I mean, for me, it was the same thing, because all I did was memorize all the tests in my CLAP book, for example, because I took CLAP not as an entrance exam, but in order to save time and money and etc. But would I do it again? If I had to start all over, no, because because that does definitely you know. I mean, you just memorizing the questions, but we'll get into all that stuff now. Did those classes, like the CLAP exams, help me graduate from college earlier? Yes. Now, did I graduate from college? Yes, I graduated with an associate's and a bachelor's degree in computer science. Let's put it that way. Yes, but you know what's good about it is, yes, those tests and those taking those CLAP exams and all that, it did help me graduate from college faster. But what I don't like about college, and that is kind of a trade-off, and my regret about it, is, like, yes, I got good grades in college and all that stuff, but what I've learned when I graduated from college with a bachelor's degree in computer science, mind you, what I've learned about it is that college degree, and a lot of people told me this before, and by the way, a good friend of mine told me that a college degree does not guarantee me a job on this day and age, because a lot of kids graduate from college, and basically what America is suffering from is college graduates overload. Then I didn't listen to him at that time when he said that college degree does not. I didn't understand what he meant when he said, and you know who you are, that what he said, that college degree does not guarantee you a job in this day and age. And I didn't listen to him at that time. I just went through it, and I filled out a bunch of job applications and all those other things, and I still didn't get a job. Now, what's even funny about this is that that even if I got a college degree, that I'm competing with all these kids that graduated before me. Now, what's even fun, and I did, me and my friend had a discussion, and that's how I came up with my first book that I have written about, how the education system actually works. it's called progressive credentialism versus ageism. And after I graduated from college, I didn't have a job, so me and my friend had a discussion. And you know who you are. We had good discussion, and me and my pop had discussions, and my friend had discussions, and we talked about how because of how basically because of credentialism, well, progressive credentialism, the value of college degree went down. Now, a lot of those kids in China are studying for their college entrance exams, um, college entrance exams, and it's like, and we're suffering from the same thing. That what is the point of going to college if there's more college graduates out there, whether in China or America? There's more college graduates than there's jobs for them now. And now the other thing that I do would like to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, is that that even I mean the thing is, whether you live in China or America, you're not guaranteed a job, because I mean the thing is, what's even funny about this whole thing, about this progressive credentialism, and I wrote a book about it, progressive credentialism, and I'm gonna also include the videos to that I'm discussing here. I'm going to include a link to those videos, and I'm going to include a link to my book where you can actually still buy it on the internet. About it's called Progressive Credentialism versus Ageism. Yeah, and and I'm thinking now, does the Chinese Gaokao have some good things, that I have some good things about it? Yes, it only has one good thing about it, is that it basically controls who gets into college. Now, and I mean, sometimes it isn't fair, and sometimes they say that the Gaokao is not fair and all this, but it's like, how do you control who actually gets into college? Because if everybody in America, because look at in America today, everybody has a college degree, and in that case, the college degree in America, because so many people have a college degree today, and it doesn't matter what university you go through, if everybody goes to college. Here's the thing. Now, does the college exam in China have some good things in it? Yes, and there are some bad things and trade-offs, sure. But in reality, what is the point of? See, the thing is, if everybody goes to college like everybody goes to college in America, all right, then what is the point of having a college degree if the college degree loses its value at the end of the day, because there's too many? See, here's what I'm driving at, is the Chinese Gaokao a pressure cooker, because you have to study for it and all that? Now, was the CLAP exams were the CLAP exams a pressure cooker for me? I would say yes. They're both pressure cookers, here and there, but at the end of the day, do I like the Chinese Gaokao exam better? Is it better than the CLAP exams and all that? Now, they're both. I'm going to tell you something. They're both what we call pressure cookers. Okay, but the thing is, what now, is Gaokao bad? Yes, it has its own bad side, but it also has a good side. Now, what Gaokao kind of, I'm going to say, protects is how many people get into college, because And why is that a good thing? Because it protects how many people get into college. Because at the end of the day, the value of a college degree is lost when everybody has a college degree. I mean, what is the point? Now, this argument was made by a good friend of mine, and when we had this discussion, it's like, what he asked me a question, and this is what I was inspired to write my first book as an author, the progressive credentialism versus ageism. Um, that was my first book to write, and he actually inspired this discussion because, and I looked at Gal. Now I looked at the videos that got, the Gal Cow, the clap, and all those other things, and that's why I came up with this video, and I wanted to have this discussion is because is the Chinese Gal Cow a bad exam, or what's wrong with it? Okay, I mean, whether you take a CLAP exam in America or the Chinese entrance exam in China, it doesn't make a difference. They're both pressure cookers, but what the college entrance exam does is actually protects, in my opinion, it protects the value of a college degree, and that is because what is the point of having a college degree is, and how do you basically differentiate? How do you put it? How do you differentiate yourself from others if everybody in America has a college degree? Now, that is the whole point of my discussion. It's like, do we need to put entrance exams in in order for the kids to go to college? I would say no. What I'm thinking about is that the solution to our problem here in America would be actually to reform the education system so that kids can learn more practical things that they can use in their everyday life than to dwell on the college thing. Now, I would say because we have a flood in America, because we have a flood of college graduates, then in my opinion, a college degree basically is basically, I think it's reaching, or if it hasn't reached, it's obsolescent. Now, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I am going to link the videos that I am going to link the link to my book, and I'm going to link the video that I have discussed in this particular video, so you can look at those yourself. So I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I will see you in my next one.